Hi folks, I'm here on Auntie Lori's front porch here in Bethany, Oklahoma. This could very well be the last video that you're going to see that I'm going to do here in Oklahoma. It is Friday today, and of course we're leaving early Sunday morning. And so we're getting, as you can see, we're getting our last minute packing done. This is our last round of packing bags, weighing them, making sure we're not over the 50-pound limit, all that good stuff. So, folks, that's where we're at today. I know my last video, I had to do a little venting on that one. Good God, these people are frustrating sometimes. The way these companies are run and how they deal with customer service just blows my mind sometimes. I just don't get it. But anyway, we were able to yesterday get all the rest of our airfare booked. So folks, this is kind of where it was, just to kind of recap what we were having to deal with, okay? So Wednesday, we had this gut feeling that something wasn't right. They had changed one of our flight times. The one that goes from LA to Manila, they had pushed it back where the flight left right before midnight, wasn't going to show up in Manila until the morning of the 27th. Of course, you're crossing a date line when you're crossing the Pacific, okay? So bottom line, our flight was going to arrive in Manila at 5:45. Well, our connecting flight that went from Manila to Cebu City left at like 6:30. That gave us a 45-minute window to get to disembark the airplane, go through all the COVID stuff that you got to go through, then go through customs and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, what in the world's going on? There's no way we're going to have time. We're going to miss our connecting flight. So we ended up calling Philippine Air, and they were like, "Oh no, you're not going to be able to get that flight from Manila to Cebu. It's not going to happen." And see, folks, I had booked these tickets back in February or something like that, January, February, and so we didn't know if any of this stuff, this whole pandemic mess was still going to be going on. Lockdowns, this, that, and the other. Well, unfortunately, they are, and it's a possibility it's going to get worse before it gets better, with this new variant running, or the whole scare of the new variant running around the world. The variant's been here. It's already burned through the globe. I mean, it should be old news by now, but unfortunately, Western media wants to keep her running, so they are. But we can't control all that. So the bottom line is yes, we're still going to have to quarantine in Manila. At least we were able to find out, okay, we are quarantining in Manila, and we were able to cancel our hotel reservations we had in Cebu, get our money back on those. Actually, there was no money to get back. They hadn't hit the credit card; it was still pending. So we're good on that. We had to pay on Mercelita's flight. We had to pay some extra money on hers because she's got round-trip tickets. We had to ensure that she had all her round-trip tickets still in place. Basically, had to rebook her whole deal. It cost quite a bit more money for hers. Me and Christine, we're just going to eat the flight from Manila to Cebu. Not going to worry about it, because in order to try to rebook that flight, which that was what they were going to require us to do, number one, it was going to cost us probably another $2,000, at least $2,000, on top of what we've already paid. But the booking company said, "Oh, well, we can't put you on that plane because it's filled." And I'm like, well, all right, and I went through a lot of that on my last video. I'm not going to rehash a lot of that mess or whatever. So the bottom line is we're just sticking with our original plane tickets. We're just going to eat the flight from Manila to Cebu, and when we get to LAX, we're just going to have to make dang sure that they put on the tags on our luggage that our luggage stays in Manila and doesn't leave Manila and go to Cebu. Because if we do that, we've probably lost that luggage that we checked in, because it's not going to be there after we get out in quarantine. It's going to be done. It'll be stolen. So what we've ended up having to do is repack all of our luggage all over again. Anything that is of great value, we're carrying on. And that's just the way it's going to have to be. And that way, if something happens to our checked-in luggage, which is mainly clothing and stuff, folks, me and Christine, we don't buy expensive clothes. I mean, I'm sitting here in a dadgum, I don't know how old this t-shirt is, but it's faded. It's one of my undershirts that I wore in the police department. We just don't spend a lot of money on clothes. If we've got to go in and go to Uka and buy some new clothes when we get to Lanuza, we'll go to Uka and buy new clothes. That ain't no big thing for us. I don't care. So there's only a couple of items of clothing that I even care about, and their footwear, and that's it. Other than that, if our luggage gets lost, yeah, I mean, there are going to be things that can be replaced. So, but a lot of the very valuable things that we're carrying, that we're doing, we're just going to take on as carry-on luggage. So that's kind of how we've remedied that. So that's why we're repacking all the suitcases, weighing them out again. Of course, you kind of got to do that. And folks, so we're living out of suitcases, so of course we're wearing clothes, using them, then we're going to have to wash them, put them back in, and we got to remember what suitcase they came out of, because we've got them all weighed out how they need to be. So it's just the way it goes. So one thing yesterday we were able to get done is we were able to get our tickets bought for the rest of our travel. And we were also able to find out what rules, what hoops we need to jump through to get all the way to Lanuza. And so we have that information. We have the ends on getting the proper documentation that we need, all that good stuff. So it's going to work out. So we ended up buying our tickets from Manila to Butuan. So we're not going to Cebu City anymore. We're now going to fly from Manila to Butuan as soon as we get out of quarantine. Once we're out of quarantine for 10 days, we all three of us, test negative for COVID-19 again, then we're off, and we can go from Butuan, or we can fly to Butuan. But we've got to have some paperwork from our LGU, or local government unit, which is the barangay in Lanuza, that we're going to finish out our quarantine. See, folks, we're still not going to be done with quarantine at that point. And so we'll fly from, once we have our paperwork all squared away, we'll be able to fly from Manila to Butuan, and then we'll have a driver and a vehicle take us from Butuan, and it's a road trip from that point on. I believe it's at least 4 or 5 hours road trip, winding around the island roads. If you've been on islands, you know how it goes. And so once we arrive in Lanuza, we'll check in with the authorities there, the municipality there, and then we will go to Ate Lori's big mansion she's got there. She's got a big old house, y'all, for real, and that nobody's even living in, so we're not going to disrupt their lives. We're not going to do anything like that. We've got plenty of family around that can go fetch some food for us and all that good stuff. And so we'll be in really good shape, and we'll finish out our quarantine, which will be another 4 days in Lanuza. And once we're done with that, we're home, y'all. I mean, we are home, and we can travel about as things happen there. And what I mean by as things happen, there's a lot of scare all over the freaking world, of course, and the Philippine government has put several more countries on their banned country list, such as Taiwan, Indonesia, Malaysia, I think was the third one, on top of some others they've already had. Folks, this is some really stressful time to travel, and that's why I'm telling you guys in my previous video, if if you're not going there like me and Christine to at least stay long term, or even like us retire there, and you're on a time schedule, a time crunch, I would recommend don't even try it, because there's a possibility. There is actually a possibility we could get locked down in Manila because the National Capital Region, and not even be able to get out for a while. These are things that run through my mind all the time. And so, it's probably the cop in me or whatever. Living as a cop, you're always thinking of the worst case scenario. We all, all of us guys in law enforcement, it's a sickness that I hope retirement cures me of eventually. But right now, I haven't even had a chance to even think about enjoying retiring life. I haven't even been off the police department for a solid week yet. So I've still got this mindset of, hey, I need to be prepared for anything that could go wrong, okay? So there is a possibility that we could get jammed up and we could get quarantined, or not quarantined, but we could just get involved in this whole lockdown in the national capital region there in Manila. If that happens, of course they're not going to ban us to a hotel and make us pay hotel rates and all that kind of stuff. But if that happens, we do have some friends that live in the Manila area that have been here in Oklahoma and all that stuff. They're Filipinos, and they can probably help us out. If not, find us a decent condo or something to stay in until a lot of this madness is over, and then we'll be able to travel freely throughout the rest of the country. So these are things that we're just keeping in mind. You just got to have your plan B ready, and just in case it happens. But I think the biggest part of it is just being mentally prepared. Being mentally prepared that, okay, you may not make it all the way there. It might be a few months before we get all the way there, but we're going to get there eventually. Like I said, I'm committed. We are going. As long as I get on that dadgum Philippine Air flight in Los Angeles, and I get through customs in Manila, then that's going to be a huge weight that gets lifted off of my mind and my shoulders. Is, hey, I'm in the country at least. We can live with the rest of it, if we need to. And folks, I can eat Filipino food. I don't need a lot. I mean, it doesn't, I can deal with it. So that's just the way it's just going to have to be for now. My plans for the YouTube channel are this. I want to keep you guys in as much of this as I can. I absolutely do. So I'm going to be filming everything along the way. Now, am I going to be pulling out my big cameras, my Canon R and the big lenses and all that stuff? Heck no. I've got my iPhone, and so, a lot of my videos might look a little bit different, maybe not quite as good quality, but hey, it's going to be something you can see and hear, okay? So I'm going to be filming on my iPhone. I do have a new iPhone now that takes a lot better video than my iPhone 7 that I've been carrying around for years. And so we actually bought our iPhones that we're going to have for years in the Philippines. We just bought them unlocked so we can put any SIM card in them, and that's what we did. I'm definitely going to be doing that. I'm definitely going to be filming. Now, we're going to have a 13-hour layover in Los Angeles, right? No, more than 13 hours now. It's probably going to be 15 hours. So I will have my data. I will have, all my American stuff on my phone, my data plan. So, yeah, when I'm in LA, you guys better be prepared. This could happen, and I'll try to give y'all a little bit of a notification if I can. You know my deal on live streams. I'm not very successful at it. But if I can schedule a live stream from the international airport there in Los Angeles, then I'll do that. Or it may just pop up. So you guys be prepared, because I may be going live from LAX. I mean, you just never know. I'm gonna have time is what I'm saying. I'm gonna have good internet service because I can at least use my phone, if not the airport's Wi-Fi service. I don't know. We gotta see how that goes. Then after that, I'm gonna be on a 15-hour plane ride once we leave there all the way to the Philippines. And it will actually be, when we land, it'll be the 27th in the Philippines. It'll still be the 26th in America. So it'll be Monday morning or Monday night, Monday morning. I don't know. I'm losing track of this whole, time thing or whatever. So just as soon as I can get settled in, get through customs, get through all that mess, I will come maybe another live stream from, if it depends on what kind of Wi-Fi service I have at the airport. I mean, not at the airport, but at our hotel in Manila. And I may just have to, if I can go live, I will, and it'll probably be on my cell phone again. If not, I'll just try to video it and then put it on my laptop and upload it like I normally do. So folks, there might be a little bit of live streaming going on here, a little bit of mix of everything. We're just going to see how I go and how my internet service goes, how my Wi-Fi goes, all those good things. But I'm going to try to keep you guys in the loop and keep you advised of where we're at. And so just be ready, it might be coming to you live from LAX, or it might be coming to you live from whatever hotel we're in Manila. I can't remember the name of it. Christine does, but she booked it. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day, call it another video. Like I said, tomorrow is Saturday. We've got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of things to get done. It's crunch time come tomorrow. And so I don't know if I'm going to have time to even make a video or do anything like that. But I'll do what I can. I don't know if I'll have time to get one uploaded, let's put it that way. We still got to run and go find our shields. Believe it or not, we got to wear these face shields. And we went to Walgreens yesterday, and Walgreens does not carry these medical face shields, believe it or not. So the little girl at Walgreens, she got on her phone and looked it up, and she goes, oh yeah, you can go get them at Staples. Staples? That's an office supply store. And well, I got to looking up, well heck, I'm just going to go get the good ones, from Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. I don't know. We'll just see what we can find. All right, folks, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you guys for tuning in again. If you haven't done so already, hit the redneck and Peni button down at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Subscribe, join our journey, join our show. Hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down, leave a comment. Right now I'm still trying to answer every comment that I see coming. Guys, some of y'all are commenting, and I'm sorry I miss them along the way, but I eventually try to go back through and look, and if I find yours late, just bear with me on that. It's just because I just now found it. So I'm trying to respond back to everybody while I can. My channel ain't that big yet, and I just want all you guys to feel home on my channel and feel like you do matter, because you do matter. I appreciate each and every one of you watching my videos, listening to me talk, and watching us. So, all right, y'all. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.